Hey there, Brick Adventurers, Martin here, and in this video I'm going to go through the 6 sets that are launching in April and just give my thoughts on those. No doubt you've seen quite a few of them already, so yeah, just thought I'd give my thoughts. We're going to start off with the yellow travel suitcase, which is the cheapest of the 6 sets at £12.99, and that comes out on the 1st of April and has 184 pieces. Now, to be honest, I actually quite like this set. I think it's a cute little Lego set. And at £12.99, it's probably one that I will get. I can imagine it on display. Hopefully, I want to get myself some of the bigger, minifigures that this suitcase is supposedly meant to fit. So, yeah, get one of those, and then this will fit nicely. As you can see, you get the suitcase here. It's got some stickers that you can stick on there to make it a little bit more unique, put the stickers wherever you want. It's a decent size. It's got some additional things to put in there as well. You've got the camera, the toothbrush, the passport, the plane ticket, I presume, and a burger. I mean, I'm assuming that's a burger. I'll never have a burger in my suitcase personally. Yeah, but quite interesting. Maybe some clothes would have been nice. Maybe a minifigure top and a minifigure bottom might have been quite nice to fit in there. I don't know how much space there would be, but yeah, that might be quite good. And we have the tag that they put on the suitcase at the airport. So yeah, overall, I think it's a decent set. Like I say, it's definitely one that I will probably pick up myself. It's not massively expensive. It'll be a fairly quick build. So yeah, good one. And the next one we have is the Hulk truck versus Thanos, and that is £24.99. Comes out again on the 1st of April, 229 pieces, and this one comes with the 2 minifigures of Hulk and Thanos. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not too fussed about this. I do enjoy the Marvel films. I do really like the Marvel films, but I don't tend to have the Marvel Lego. It's not really one that I've really bothered getting. My son's got a couple of them, but yeah, it's not really a theme that I've actually been that fussed about, because I kind of just feel that they rehash a lot of the minifigures, and they're quite expensive as well, for what you get, for the amount of Lego that you do actually get. So I've never been overly bothered. I do think that this, monster truck does look pretty decent. It looks like a good build. It looks like it would be quite fun to do. It looks like a decent size by these, and yeah, perfect for a bit of role play. So I think, my son, who's 8, he'd probably love this set. So might get it for him if he's bothered. But yeah, it's an okay set. It's not too bad, but I personally wouldn't get it for myself. Next up, we have Iron Man's Laboratory Hall of Armor at £49.99. Again, available on the 1st of April, 384 pieces. So to be fair, I think for the price, I think you don't get that much Lego for the cost. I think it's quite an expensive piece, to be fair. And I'm not a massive fan of this kind of like blue Hulkbuster. I'm not really sure where that's from personally. I can't remember there being any films with a blue Hulkbuster, but I don't know. But you obviously get a few of the Iron Man suits. Yeah, it's all right. It's not, it's not anything that I would particularly scream home about. I do like the glass here that you've got. I'm presuming that's stickers, but that looks pretty cool. You get a couple of minifigures. It's all right. I think if you're a fan of Iron Man, maybe if you don't have any of these minifigures and you want them, it might be a good set. But again, I think it's quite expensive. But that's my personal opinion. I mean, that's quite cool that goes up and down, gives it a little bit of role playability. Again, something that my son might like. He's got the Spider-Man thing. He's got one of the Batman caves. So, maybe it's something. Obviously, I know Batman's not in Marvel. But, it might be something that you can add in there and just have a little bit of, a bit of role play. Next up, we have the River Steamboat, and this is obviously an idea set, and it's pretty pricey at $289.99, and that's coming out on the 10th of April, and that has a massive 4,090 pieces, and is obviously one of the 18 plus sets. And it looks really nice. I mean, I do think it looks really nice. It's personally not something that I would have. I'm not massively into boats. I wouldn't get this on display. Personally, I would spend £290 on a different Lego set. But that's just my personal opinion. I think overall it's a really nice looking set. I think you're getting a good amount of pieces. It is quite expensive, but you're getting a decent pieces from there. It looks pretty well built. It looks like it's got some, I like how you've got this modular kind of thing so you can at least break up and have a little bit of role play in there. The only big downside I'd say to this set is that there are no minifigures. And I know you don't need minifigures for every kind of Lego set, but I kind of feel that for this one, it would be useful. If you had some sailors, some people actually driving the ship, controlling it, serving waiters, stuff like that. You think about. I mean, I don't know much about river steamboats, to be honest, but you think about cruise ships like the Titanic, they would have had staff serving drinks and food and making sure people are okay, and they would have somebody, actually driving the ship, obviously, hopefully not into an iceberg, but you actually had those people on there. So I'd have thought that they could have at least had some minifigures on there, and that would have been really nice. I mean, it has got a bit of movement in here. This goes round. You can see the engine here that goes round. Looks like there's quite a few, different stickers. Personally, I hate stickers. I've got big fat thumbs, so I hate putting stickers on. And for 290 quid, I'd kind of hope that there'd have been more printed pieces, but I don't know if this is a printed one or a sticker. I'd imagine it's a sticker. But overall, it's a nice set, and I kind of like how there's very few studs showing. I kind of feel that looks really nice that they use these plates, and there's very few studs shown. In fact, I can't even see any studs, which I think is really nice. I think that just finishes the model off really well. Yeah, very few studs. I really like that. That to me is a good build. When there's when you're trying to display a kind of like realistic model, I think having as few studs as possible is a really way of accomplishing that. Next up, we have the Beauty and the Beast Castle, and that is obviously from Disney, £230.99, and that comes out on the 5th of April with 2,916 pieces. So definitely a big one, definitely one for Disney fans. I do like Disney, I like the Disney films. I don't necessarily think I would get this Disney castle. It doesn't massively appeal to me as in the Lego that I enjoy and the themes that I like. I mean, I like castles. I do like castles. I like the fantasy feel. I like medieval stuff. But to me, this is just too Disney, if that makes sense. So personally, it's not something I would get, but it does look nice. I think the design is really good. I like how they have, this glass is really nice. You've got a little bit of playability here. Obviously a few stickers. I don't know if there's some printed pieces, but overall, I think the design is really nice. I think these turrets and the towers look good. This one looks nice. It kind of doesn't match the rest of it, but it still looks nice. This doorway looks good as well. I quite like this entryway with the steps. I think they've done that really, really well. And if we can zoom in a little bit. But yeah, I quite like how they've done this here, and they've got the shields. Yeah, overall, I think the build is really nice. I like this glass effect that they've got here as well. I think that's brilliant. Obviously the flowers dotted around. I think it generally looks really good. I know that there's been a couple of complaints that there's not much detailing on the inside of it, and it's a bit thin. I don't think it doesn't have much depth. So I think it probably would have been nicer if there was a bit more depth in there, and there was a bit more going on inside. I quite like this chandelier. I think that looks pretty cool. And they've got these curtains that kind of go throughout, which it looks nice. And the bookcases look good as well. Now it does say that it comes with 10 minifigures, but to be honest, I don't necessarily think that's true to some degree, because that includes these kind of objects, I believe, because you've got one character, two, three, four, five. So yeah, so you got 5 of them, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe, I don't know. So I don't know if it's counting these as minifigures, which I don't think is necessarily fair and true, to be fair. Because you can't, I like a minifigure that is a minifigure that you can swap and change and make your own characters. But yeah, it is what it is. But it's nice if you are into Disney and you like the Disney castles. Obviously, if you've got the other Disney castles and you want to add it to those collections, then I think it could be a really nice set. Overall, I think it's a good set. It's quite big as well, at 53 centimeters high. So that's like almost 2 rulers. So that's pretty decent height. Pretty decent height. And then finally, the last one is the Lord of the Rings, the Shire set. Now, this is all over YouTube. Every time I load up YouTube now, all I am seeing is previews of the Shire and people that have got the sets beforehand, and they're showing the builds. And yeah, I am a massive Lord of the Rings fan. I am currently working on Rivendell. If you want to see more, obviously I've got the live stream at the moment where I'm building that, so feel free to subscribe and check that out. I don't have the tower one yet. I don't even know how you pronounce that. That is one that I do want to get. So I am a massive Lord of the Rings fan. Watched the films multiple times, read the books. But I do hate to say that I do not particularly like this set. And I think Lego are brilliant. I'm a big Lego fan. I wouldn't say I'm a Lego purist, but I don't have any other Lego or bricks other than Lego. So I'm a big fan of Lego. But this set I'm not a massive fan of. It's £230, comes out on the 5th of April, has 2017 pieces and 9 minifigures. So yeah, let's go through the things that I don't particularly like about it first of all. Now, I know it's obviously a lot cheaper than Rivendell. I fully understand that, but it is still £230. It is still a decent price. So this tree, I know it's been said a lot of times by a lot of people, this tree to me looks horrendous. I don't know why they couldn't have just built a bigger version of this and then just put the lights on that. I think that would have looked a bit better. The fact that you can see the studs more than anything, I think is a little bit of a disappointment. I don't particularly like that. And also the actual Shire here. So the actual, well, it's not the Shire because the Shire is obviously the big town. I can't remember the name of it. My mind's gone blank. But yeah, Bilbo's house. I just don't particularly like how it's the same green. I know that sounds a bit daft, but it's just the same tone of green. I mean, you'd have thought that, if you go look at a hill, if you go look at any hillside that's covered in grass, there's going to be different tones of green and it's going to look more realistic. And I'd have thought that they could have just done that in here somehow. Just change some of these to be a slightly different definition of green, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Add in a few more, grass bits. I don't know, just make it a little bit more, less of the same block green, because to me it just looks like a block of green. So that's my biggest complaint with it. I really like the extra detailing that they've done with the chimney, the bird, the clothes out to dry. I really like the windows. I think these look pretty cool, to be fair. I do like that. I like this dragon firework it's meant to represent. That looks cool. The inside, I know a lot of people have complained about the inside and that there's not a massive amount of detail, but I don't think it's bad. I think there's a few nods to obviously the actual building itself. You know, you've got the chest, which has got the chainmail in, and the ring, and you've got obviously letters, you've got weapons, the fire where the ring goes, a map there, you've got his parents there. So there's a few different nods, and I think it's a nice set, but it's just not what I would have expected, to be completely honest with you. I do like the amount of minifigs that you get. I think they are really nice. You know, I'd love to have just got it just for the minifigs. And the gift with purchase. The gift with purchase looks really good. Personally, I think the gift with purchase looks better than the actual set itself, with the definition of like water and stuff like that they've done. But yeah, so that's my only complaint. I don't think it's, to me, and again, just my honest opinion, it's an 18 plus set, but for me, it doesn't look or feel like an 18 plus set. It feels more like a 9 or 10 or 12 plus set. It feels that it looks that it's not as detailed. And again, I get that it's not £400 like Rivendell, but it's still £230. It's still a lot of money. So yeah, that's, you know, I don't think I would get it. I definitely won't get it on release day. If I'm going to get it in the future, it will be when it's probably on sale. But having said that, I have only seen it obviously on the internet and on pictures. When I go to the Lego store and hopefully see it built up, that might change my mind. It's really hard to see what something looks like just on a computer screen. So actually seeing it in real life, I may well change my mind, and I might actually think, you know, actually it looks really nice. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. There's a lot more sets that I'll be spending £230 on, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, those are the sets coming out in April. Let me know in the comments below what sets you would like to get or what sets you are getting. And feel free to leave any comments on what I've said about any of these sets as well. Love to have a chat. And until next time, bye for now.